Welcome to Your Message Matters. I'm so grateful that you are here. And this is the show where we turn your life victories into vibrant stories. Do you want to write a book? Well, if you do, you are in the right place. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And I've never done a show based on what we're going to be talking about today because I don't know why I've never talked about it, but I can tell you where I got the idea. We always get ideas from everywhere, right? As it turns out, I went to a writing guild meeting last Saturday, and the topic was character development. Now, I write fiction, I write nonfiction, and this show is about nonfiction. So you might be asking yourself, well, why do we need to develop the character? I know it sounds so crazy, but we are the character. We're the character that we need to develop. John Maxwell puts it this way: you have to grow yourself. And the way to grow yourself is to know yourself. So today, we're going to take a deeper dive into who we are as authors so we can serve our readers at a higher level. It is all about you and your personality. Now, years ago, I have to give you a little background of who I am. I guess I should tell you my name. My name's Lori Rout. I'm the host of this show, Your Message Matters. And the reason why I do this show is to help you create nonfiction books. If you have not looked at the library of shows for this last 3 years or so, you're missing out. There's a lot of valuable information there. Why would I teach a class about you and your personality? Because I know that this is an area that I learned about myself in a very concrete way, like almost overnight. It just was the light bulb experience of all light bulb experiences for me. And this was about 40 years ago. About that time, I was going to John Maxwell's church, Skyline Wesleyan Church in Lemon Grove, or La Mesa. I guess Lemon Grove, actually. It eventually moved to another location, but every Sunday morning, we would get in our car and drive to a neighboring community to go to church. And John was fabulous, and he used to bring people who would give workshops related to personal growth and the things that he would make us better at what we do within the church environment itself, but in life in general. He introduced me to this lady, and I will never forget it as long as I live. She had written this book, and it was incredible. You can see that my copy is spiral bound, laminated. There's notes in here. There is fun things that I've highlighted. And this is not my original book because my original book burned in the fire. But I was so grateful to get my parents' library. And in it were several things that I had had previously, this being one of them. Florence Littauer was a woman who taught about the 4 personality types. She had a very quick assessment with just a few questions to help you identify who you were in the realm of 4 personality types. Now, the thing of it is we are not one of 4 personality types. We are a combination, and it's a much deeper picture than that cursory look of kind of top of the waves look. But even at that, it was life-changing. I started realizing why my husband and I were butting heads all the time. He was wired completely different than me. And it was more than men are from Mars and women are from Venus, or just the opposite. I can't remember which way that goes. That book came out much later. But for me, it was eye-opening. And it was for him too. He realized why he kept trying to fix me And it helped me realize why he was always trying to fix me. I will never forget the impact that that book, that lady, made on my life. And I remember sitting in the audience because not only did she come to visit us for a Sunday morning sermon, but she also did a 3-day workshop, another 5-day workshop, and I attended all of her workshops. And I remember even that very first time meeting her, I sat in the audience and I thought to myself, when I grow up, I want to be just like Florence. But of course, we aren't somebody else, we're ourselves. So now that I am in those same years that Florence Littauer was so many years ago, I have turned into Florence Littauer, but me. Now, I will never be Florence. There's only one, and no one will ever be me because there's only one. But I had a role model to look forward, seeing my vision of what my future might like or be like. And it has been an incredible journey for me. I really believe when you understand yourself better, you can make better decisions. You have better relationships. You know what you can do. And so this show is specific for authors. I'm going to tie the two together. But let me tell you one thing. I was on a Maxwell leadership call this last Saturday. In fact, that was Saturday for me. I got up early at 6 a.m., hopped on a teaching call with our beautiful CEO of the Maxwell leadership team, Mark Cole, and he was teaching about the value of personal growth. And it ties into this topic because it was like, I feel like it was a message from heaven. Because after that, I took my shower quickly and went off to this writers' meeting. And the lady is from Texas, and she tied in the personality types to her teaching on character development. And it was just so beautiful to me how I feel like God speaks to me with what to teach on the show and also what to be learning again and again and again for myself so that I can help others. So flash forward and tying those two things together, we have an incredible assessment. It will be approximately 30 to 40 pages long, depending on which one you do. And it is an incredible journey. But what I love about our assessments, which are different than DISC or they're based on people keys, but they're not even the same as the traditional people keys assessments. They have a growth plan built in. And oh my goodness, it's amazing. When I have used this tool with coaching my clients, it always is an incredible journey for both of us because it gives us a path forward to work together, and we can point back in the pages of the document as to where the growth needs to take place to take that person to their next level. If by chance you are interested in this kind of an assessment, please reach out to me. The best way to do that is go to lori@loriRaup.online and look for my calendar and set up a date with me. We'll talk about it. How can you become more successful? How can you write a better book? How does your personality fit into all of this? Well, let me tell you. The way we do more in our life is we grow more within ourselves and we help others do the same. So how can we become more successful? Well, we learn and grow within the strengths and sometimes our weaknesses, identifying them at least, or maybe even identifying people that can help you, because if you focus all of your attention on your weaknesses, at best, you'll be mediocre. But if you focus all of your attention on your strengths, then you get even better and better at what you do naturally. So you do not want to leave this to chance. You need to have a personal growth plan. And before I even walk into the personality types, I want to tell you about another book that I got that if you don't have a growth plan, and if you're not interested in developing your personality through an assessment, get this book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. As you can see, I've been through it a million times, and every time I go through it, I learn something more about myself. So how do we write a better book? How do we serve our ideal readers better? We grow within ourselves, and when we do, we understand not only ourselves, we understand our reader even better.